CVHS Scribe here. I'm Bobby with my co-anchor,
Grant Medlin.
Grant, and we're here today to talk about the U.S. Embassy opening in Jerusalem, which is Israel. So there were, I remember that a lot of the U.S. presidents before Donald Trump had promised to open a U.S. embassy in the capital of Israel, but they had all backed off because they were all afraid of the backlash that they would receive from the Muslim community over there. And Donald Trump finally did it. There was a lot of protesting because the Middle Easterners don't want Jewish people to have the holy city of Jerusalem to be as their capital, So they had a huge protest over there. It's 58 Palestinians were killed and 1,300 were wounded by gunfire. The Palestinians were throwing Molotov cocktails, and some were igniting their kites on fire and then throwing them over into the city as protests, So, Grant, what do you think about that?
Well, I think that if presidents have promised time and time again to move it, Trump is finally acting on it and doing it, and it's Trump putting his foot down after all these peace talks that Israel's tried to have with the Palestinians, and they just throw it right back in their face. At that point, just it's time to stop. They got to get over the fact that they live in Israel.
Yeah.
And they're run by Hamas, which is a confirmed terrorist organization. So they're lucky that they don't have everybody fighting them.
Yeah.
And I think that, if you are protesting violently, then don't expect the people you're protesting against to be as nice towards you if you're, throwing Molotov cocktails and stuff.
Yeah. I kind of support, but also don't support the move of the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem. Because, first of all, it does make a lot of sense because that is their capital of the country, It only makes sense to have, our embassy there, And I don't really see any problem, just because it's a holy city. I don't see why they can't be an embassy there as well, But I knew back when they first announced it, months ago, that when Trump was going to move this embassy here, that it would cause a lot of rioting, that there would be a lot of problems, and it'd be... I'm worried that it's going to be one of those situations that happened a long time ago that people are, Muslims are going to try to take over the embassy or destroy it with a bomb or something. It's just going to cause problems. People are going to die. I don't know if it was really worth it.
Like Benghazi and places
like that. I don't know if it was going to be worth people's lives because it's just an embassy, But I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I can see where Palestinians could get so out of hand that they come and invade the embassy, and that it's not worth U.S. lives.
Yeah.
Just moving the embassy there, but at the same time, like you said, all our embassies in the world are always in the capitals of countries. Why should Israel be different?
Yeah.
So.
And of course, we've had no support from Europe because all the European countries, they don't have any of their embassies in Jerusalem, because they're all afraid as well. So we have we're the first ones, I think, to do that.
Yeah, all the European countries are. Anytime there's violence or controversy, they always let U.S. take the downfall for it.
Yeah.
Just back up.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't see why it's just such a bad thing, but I don't know.
And then the Palestinians, for some reason, are bringing their kids and their babies to the protests when they should know that if it's going to get violent, then why would you want your kid there?
Yeah.
If there's a chance that they could get violent and they could end up being killed.
Yeah. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. But at the same time, I do think that, the Palestinians, they are in Israel, but I do think that they do deserve to have space.
Yeah.
But they're under the flag of Israel. They're not going to get their own country. They'll get their own space. They've tried to have peace talks and stuff and negotiations to where the Muslims and the Palestinians could have their own spaces, but Palestinians always back out of them because they want their own country.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not going to get that because Israel's not going to give it up.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see like along through the week, and then even like the months like the more protests to come. Apparently, I'm looking at more resources right now that there's supposed to be another even bigger protest than yesterday happening today on Tuesday. So I guess we'll kind of keep you guys updated and see how this is going. I see a new number that's actually 2,700 that have been injured now.
Well,
so there'll be more people.
Injuries can range from anywhere from tear gas to, a pebble hitting you or something.
Pebble.
It's like tear gas. Of course, they're gonna consider tear gas injuries, but tear gas it can't.
Well, I saw in a lot of reports that actually a lot of people were injured by gunfire, but then like who knows like what they were doing,
Yeah. Well, President Mr. Netanyahu, president of Israel, said that the only reason the snipers were firing live ammunition is because the Palestinians were approaching the border fence and were trying to knock it down and blow it up and they were throwing incendiary devices over the border.
Yeah.
And Mr. Netanyahu justifiably said that they have a right to defend their border, and that is true.
Yeah, that's true. If the Palestinians really wanted to see change, they would be doing a peaceful protest. Violence as a protest form doesn't really bring along a lot of changes. I feel like
Yeah.
It just makes everybody angry and then more set in their ways. Makes everybody more stubborn.
Yeah, I think that because like Hamas, who is they're in charge of the Palestinians, have called for Israel's destruction. When you say stuff like that, then why do you think that Israel is going to be nice to you?
Yeah,
they need to peacefully protest.
Yeah,
it's nonviolent.
I mean, I heard that Jerusalem has over and over have offered to become more like a democratic country and to involve more Palestinians, but they don't want any part of the Jewish government. They want to have their own thing, I mean, which I can kind of understand, as the Palestinians were there for a very long time, and then after World War II, we took a lot of Jews and kind of took land from them, but so that they could have their own space, because they had suffered from World War II and the Holocaust.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
but I understand why they feel like it's unfair that they had to give up their land for the Jewish people. But at the same time, now I think they do need to work together with them, because they're not going to give it up.
Yeah,
they got to understand that they're not going to give it up.
You just gotta work with the cards that you've been dealt. I think that's all for this podcast, and we'll keep you guys updated along the week. This is Bobby signing out.